We're talking Monday, Monday, Monday. Yes, we're talking money today, and we're going to talk about how we should see money as Christ followers. It's a struggle, people. It is a struggle. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tomilola and this is the Counterculture. So today we're going to talk about money and money. What should be our disposition to money as Christ followers? How should we see money? So basically I'm going to talk to you about my journey with money and how I've gone from one extreme to another extreme, so let's start. I've always been someone that knew exactly what she wanted. I knew what I wanted in life as at the age of, I know some people did earlier, but as at the age of like 20, 21, I knew what I wanted. 22, I knew what I wanted. I knew exactly what I wanted. So in my journals and stuff, I'd written it down. I'm going to get a good job. I'm going to buy a car. I'm going to move out of my parents' place. I'm going to get an apartment. I'm going to get married at 25. I was going to do, as in I'd written everything down. I didn't have like an ambition to be rich, but I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to be able to spend my own money. I wanted to be able to make good money. I wanted to, like, I just wanted it. I wasn't like, oh, I wanted to be to have all the whole flashy things or buy bags, and it wasn't like that. I just wanted to have a good job, have a comfortable life, live on my own for a while, and you know. So my relationship with money, of course, I don't think it had anything to do with like my parents and all of that. No, it wasn't damaging like that. I just had my parents provided for us, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. So going into the church. Okay, so let's pause at this point. While I was editing, I realized that I probably did not land the previous point before I jumped into this next segment, but this is what I was trying to say. I was trying to say that most of my relationship with money did not come from like my childhood, but how I got from one extreme to the other came from my interaction with the money from the church and all the things that I saw that influenced how I went to another extreme of not wanting to make money and all of that. So seeing everything that happened, I had to start questioning and seeing myself like there has to be more to life than just making money or being blessed by God. So by him giving you return. So basically that's all I was trying to say before I got into this next point. Yeah, so as you were. My relationship with money, of course, I don't think it had anything to do with like my parents and all of that. No, it wasn't damaging like that. I just had my parents provided for us, and I'm absolutely grateful for that. So going into the church and money, right? So often interacting with the church and money, and then saying that money was a god in the church because I started in my home church in Ikorodu. Then I started the invite some people, some pastors from like maybe all these different states, that they will come for different events and come and preach. So after the preaching, now they'll just come and start asking for money and saying like okay, so they'll first start from like, oh, so do you have 1,000? That time it was 1,000 naira. If you have 1,000 naira, bring it. If you have 500 naira, they would say till they get to like 10 naira. It was ridiculous like that. Even as young as I was then, it didn't sit well with me. And when I mean young, then I mean like as at like 19, 20. I was still at home. So it didn't make sense to me, right? But of course, I didn't have my own money. So I couldn't go and be paying money that I didn't have. But when I started working, I was that period of my life for like 3-4 years, 2 to 3 years, sorry. I was a church hopper. Like I used to go to every once I as in I would literally be I left my house to go to one church. I'm going on the street, I see one church, I will enter. That's how bad it was. So I'm going to different. So one day I went to one particular church. I just saw the banner somewhere. I went to the church. I'm not really scared to mention anybody's name. It was KICC. They had this program. They had this program that they were doing. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but I just saw it like on my way to work, and I was like, oh, I would love to go, and I went. As soon as I got into the place, my spirit didn't even sit there at all. And that was like my first encounter with, what's his name again? That pastor that is, oh Lord, I forgot it now. I remember his name before the end of this. That pastor that's always collecting money, they're always inviting him here and there and there. Mike Murdoch. Yes, I remember. So that was like my first encounter with him. So in the course of but honestly my spirit wasn't there, but I was just trying to enjoy the whole atmosphere and all. And I think that was the first time I'd ever been to like a very big church that was that kind of gym big, so let me be sure. Okay, so I went in and did the service, and then he came up and talked about seed offering and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. So I was like, what was all this? So I honestly I was like, no, this is not it. I didn't know exactly what was it, but I knew that wasn't it, right? I was like, this is not right. This is not this. This is not that. So I left the place angry, like pissed off, really, literally, like pissed off. So I stopped giving in church. I literally stopped giving in church. I stopped all this. Before, normally I would give even in my home church. If they have a call for like offering or so. At the time I started working, so I had my own money. So I give for like maybe church projects, all these things. But after that, and I saw that it was getting so rampant amongst a lot of all these preachers and all. So I actually literally stopped going for all these programs. I stopped giving. So then I got to my church, the church where I go to presently now, and there was no emphasis on offering and no emphasis on, basically what they were trying to do was trying to shock people out of what they already knew. So this is on offering and all of that. I was like, oh yes, this is it. Mind you, at the time I'd still not gotten what was right. I just knew that I was ready to rebel against everything that I knew as church. I was ready to rebel against all the whole everything that was about a service that was just about offering, and bring your money, bring your money, bring your money. So I was craving something else, something different. So this, for like the first 2 years of our church, then it was basically about grounding us in the word, and there was no emphasis on money and stuff. So sometimes if I just felt led to do it, I give an offering. It wasn't like and of course it's not as if my salary was like, oh, the largest and stuff, and I was having mulling or something. No. So there was no compulsion to give. Do you get? So, and I felt comfortable with that. But over the years, that I began to have a problem with. Oh, I'm like, okay. So the problem I had was that I now only started thinking about that. Okay, fine. I just needed to preach the gospel and make disciples. It messed up with me. I won't lie to you, because I didn't feel the need to make any money. I did not feel the need. Of course, there were a whole lot of other things going on with me, like me having a baby, me leaving my job, me becoming a stay-at-home mom, and everything. But there was no drive, to be honest, to even try to make some money or anything. I just wanted to. So I was doing my YouTube at the time. So I just wanted to preach the gospel and let it be, and just talk about Christ and all of that. So it evolved like that, like that. Then about, so now it's going to be about a year now. God started taking me through the journey of understanding why I needed to make money first, then understanding the place of money in the right light. So there's an extreme end, there's an extreme where I wanted to unlearn everything that I thought I knew by just moving away from it. I'm just shocking myself out of it. That's how I unlearn things. I don't gradually, I shock myself out of it. And they tried to do that with us too in my church then. But then God started taking me through the journey of understanding why I needed to make money. So my focus went away from paying money in church because I felt that, oh, when I pay money or I give this seed offering, there was some double coming in return to me. And shifted to, I needed to give to the church because the church was doing the work of God. Not the work of God as far I need to get something in return, but because they are trying to make disciples. They're trying to make disciples, and the truth is that the gospel costs money. So why am I making money? I needed to reorientate my mind as to why I was making money. Why I'm making, and that has been my drive, because I want to be able to fund the gospel. Now, I know that it's not in every church that they are doing the gospel of Jesus. It's a known fact. So if I'm giving money in some places, their motivation and their compulsion is that, oh, God will bless you back in return. So that's your motivation for giving, or that's your motivation for paying money, or your seed offering, or your tithe, and your this and your that. That's your motivation, because the Lord will bless your storehouse. Yeah? But I now went through the journey of, God took me through the journey of understanding that, okay, I needed to make money because the gospel is XYZ. And even thinking about, even reaching out to people on a normal day, minus the fact that, okay, church, whatever, as an institution. But personally, if I wanted to reach out to somebody, like someone that was a bit younger than me and stuff, and then she goes to me like, oh, she needs money for XYZ, and I'm like, I don't have money. I always say, I don't have money. People will not come back to you. They will not answer you. You will first need to give them something. You will need to give them something that you have in your hands. Of course, I'm not saying it's just money, but whatever you have in your hands is going to cost money to get it. So if you're going to, or solve their problems, advise them, and things like that, it's going to cost you something, right? So it's not necessarily money. So the gospel comes at a cost. But for us to, even as an institution, a church institution, is to advance the kingdom of God and to preach his gospel, we have to pay money. And that's my own, personally, now my motivation for making money. So I want to make money because I have to fund the gospel of Jesus. I have to. My church is doing something where they reach out to market women. They reach out to market women. When I say reach out to market women, not that in the sense that they just go there and, start preaching to them. No, but they provide loans because that's what they need to have access to influence them, for Christ. So if I want to be a part of that and I don't have a job, or I'm not doing a business that's giving me money, how would I be a part of that, right? If I want to say, whatever it is, if I want to create a TV station that reaches out to people, even if that TV station for children, a Christian TV station for children, that's going to cost me money. Even if the TV station will be free for the children, I have to have a business that will fund it, right? I have to have somewhere that I'm making money that will fund it. So my focus is now making money to fund that outreach that will be free or whatever, to minister to children, to minister to the world, right? So then my thinking began to change, and my motivation for making money began to change. So I started getting myself comfortable. I started getting comfortable with understanding why I needed to make money. So making money, so I went through the phase of, I was okay with it. It wasn't a big deal. It was normal. And for me, it was just like, I just needed to be comfortable, something for myself. And then I was just getting pissed off with the whole idea of thinking, money is just a transaction for you and God. You didn't sit well with me. And I shut down. And now I'm in the phase where I'm starting to do business so that I can fund the gospel. It will start small, right? It will start small. So, but we have to start somehow. So that should be our motivation, not because we are trying to get something from God, not because our giving should not be because our giving must be tied to souls. So I'm giving this money. Is it reaching out to souls of men? If you're not sure that wherever you're worshiping, the money that you're giving is not reaching out to souls, there's nothing wrong with you finding somewhere where you know that they're really reaching out to souls and preaching the gospel to them, to actually give that money to. Because at the end of the day, but of course, most importantly, let God direct your giving. Let God be the one to direct your giving. Let him minister to you to give. The truth is that when you are focused on God's business, it will also be focused on your business. That's the truth, But that will not be our motivation. So if God blesses me as I'm doing it, if he doesn't bless me, I will just ensure. But when God knows that whatever money I use is going to go into his work or his kingdom and all of that, he will give you more now. Because when he gives you in charge of little and you're faithful with it, he will keep you in charge of more. So, but that will not be the motivation, because your motivation will not be because I want to have money so that I can fly private jet here, I can fly here, I can go to this holiday, I can go to that holiday. That will not be the motivation. The motivation will be the souls of men. The souls of men. What can I do with my money to ensure that I reach out to more souls? So thank you for watching this video today. Don't forget, it's all about Christ. It's none of us and all of him. I will see you in my next video. Bye.